The resume was perfect, but we never heard back. Meet Maria, a first-generation college student working 30 hours a week to pay tuition, making the dean's list while juggling school and a demanding job. She applied for dozens of internships, her resume polished, her cover letter full of passion, but the replies never came. Why? Her GPA wasn't perfect, and she couldn't afford to take an unpaid position in another city. The very first hurdles, GPA cutoffs, inflexible schedules, unpaid internships, often screen out the very people companies claim they want to hire. Today, let's talk about what real diversity recruiting looks like and how we can stop leaving talent like Maria behind. Let's talk about GPA requirements. A high GPA seems like an easy filter, but are we measuring potential or privilege? The perfect GPA often belongs to those who didn't have to work, who had tutors, stable housing, and time to focus. Meanwhile, the student who worked 30 hours a week and pulled a 3.2 shows resilience, time management, and grit qualities companies say they want, but often filter out. Instead of a hard cutoff, look at the whole picture. Upward trends, work experience, family responsibilities. By fixating on a single number, we're missing out on some of the most resourceful, determined people out there. You find a fantastic candidate, but the job's in a new city with no relocation support. For many, moving means thousands in upfront costs, money, recent grads, or those from lower income backgrounds simply don't have. When companies skip relocation assistance, they're not just hiring for talent, they're hiring for financial privilege. The solution? Offer a modest relocation stipend. It's a small investment that levels the playing field and tells every candidate you're invested in their success. Suddenly, the question isn't, can I afford this job? But am I the right person for it? That's how you build a stronger, more diverse team. Scheduling interviews seems simple unless you're not in a 9-to-5 job. For hourly workers, students, or caregivers, rigid interview times can be impossible. They're forced to choose between risking their current job or missing the opportunity. The fix? Flexibility. Offer interview slots outside traditional hours, use scheduling tools, and respect candidates' time. A little flexibility opens the door to talent you'd otherwise never meet. Online interviews are efficient, but are you testing skills or access to technology? Not everyone has high-speed internet, a quiet space, or a modern laptop. Technical glitches can derail great candidates who simply lack resources, not talent. Simplify your process, minimize tech requirements, offer phone interviews, and provide clear instructions. The goal is to see real skills, not who has the best Wi-Fi. Don't let a bad connection cost you your next great hire. Unpaid internships are framed as valuable experience, but they're really a barrier for anyone who can't afford to work for free. The average cost for a student to take an unpaid internship in a major city, nearly 7-0. This excludes talented students from lower income backgrounds and perpetuates a cycle where only the privileged get ahead. The solution is simple. Pay your interns a living wage. When you do, you expand your talent pool and bring in new perspectives. It's not just fair, it's smart business. Paying interns is an investment in your company's future. The job description is your company's first impression. Biased language, endless requirements, and jargon can scare off qualified, diverse candidates before they even apply. Aggressive titles and long lists of must-haves deter those who don't see themselves as a perfect fit. Write in plain English, focus on impact, and frame requirements as opportunities for growth. List inclusive benefits, parental leave, flexible work, mental health support. Write in the posting. Your job description should invite everyone in, not keep them out. Make it a window, not a wall. Every year, recruiters flock to elite universities, fishing in the same small puddle. But brilliance isn't confined to Ivy League campuses. There's untapped talent at state schools, community colleges, HBCUs, and HSI students who are just as smart and often more resilient. By focusing only on elite schools, you perpetuate privilege and miss out on diverse perspectives. Widen your net, build relationships with a broader range of institutions, attend diverse career fairs, and partner with student groups. It takes more effort, but the payoff is immense. Stop fishing in the puddle, explore the ocean of talent. Technical assessments are meant to measure skills, but often just test who's best at high-pressure puzzles. These tests can favor those with time and resources to practice, not necessarily the best real-world problem solvers. Instead of using them as a hard filter, use assessments to start conversations about strengths and growth areas. Look for coachability and potential, not just perfection. The goal isn't to find someone who's already flawless, but someone ready to grow with the right support. That's how you build a truly innovative team. Rethinking hiring isn't about lowering standards. It's about removing invisible hurdles. The candidate who worked through college or needs relocation help isn't less capable, they've just overcome more. True innovation comes from challenging old rules and building inclusive pathways. Potential, not privilege, should be the only currency that matters. If you want the best talent, clear the tripwires at your front door. Let's see who shows up when everyone gets a fair shot.